Your question for Tim.
Hello, gentlemen. How are you? You all both?
Doing great, brother. Welcome. What's on your mind?
Thank you. Sure. I have a question about salvation. Actually, I have a question, a small follow-up question, but it's about salvation and confession that sort of relates to it. What it is if you are not Catholic, but you are a Christian, doesn't matter which denomination it is, but you're a Christian, just non-Catholic.
Yes.
What's the means of salvation or being saved? Like, say, for example, they know about the Catholic Church, but yet they don't want to go into the Catholic Church. They just want to remain in their Christian denomination.
Yes.
But can they still be saved, and if so, how? And then I have a follow-up question after that.
Right. That's a great question. Well, Anonymous, in our tradition, and I think this is absolutely biblical, you are only bound to follow that which you know. Isn't that a good thing? That you're not bound by God to follow something you have no idea what in the world it is you're supposed to follow. Now, in our tradition, if someone is what we call invincibly ignorant of the truth, that is, they're not responsible for their ignorance. Now, there is vincible ignorance, right? If you know, oh boy, I don't want to study the Catholic faith because I'm afraid it might be right, so I'm just going to do something else and I'm not going to listen to the Holy Spirit. Well, you're going to be culpable for that, and you can lose your soul for all eternity, right? But what we're talking about now is someone who's invincibly ignorant. That is, they are not responsible for their ignorance. They have the possibility of salvation if they follow and cooperate with the grace of God as they are given, and they have supernatural faith, perfect charity in their hearts, as the Holy Office described it in 1949, when this very question arose because of a group popularly called the Feeneyites in the Catholic Church, who held to a strict no salvation outside of the church sort of theology. The church responded to it and said, no, that's not correct. That's not Catholic teaching. Someone can be saved if they, were invincibly ignorant and they cooperate with God's grace the best way they can. But now, in your scenario that you just brought up, if you have someone there in whatever church they're going to or ecclesial community, and they know the truth of the Catholic faith, but they're just a little bit more comfortable, I think I'm going to stay over here.
Right.
Their soul is in danger. I would refer to you to Lumen Gentium, paragraph 14. That's the dogmatic constitution on the church, paragraph 14, which answers this very question and says, anyone who refuses either to enter into the Catholic Church or to remain in it, knowing that it's the church established by Jesus Christ for salvation, they will be lost. So whether you refuse, if Cy Kellett or I or Chris Check, who know the Catholic Church is true, say, you know what, man, I've had it with these rules. I'm out of here. Well, guess what? We will lose our soul because we are leaving the ordinary means whereby Jesus Christ has communicated to us to make it to heaven. So we're basically rejecting Jesus Christ. Now, for those who are not Catholic and know it's true, and that's what Lumen Gentium 14 is saying, and they refuse to enter, they will be lost as well. And in fact, those who know and do not enter will be judged according to Lumen Gentium 14. And by the way, I can think of another place in the gospel in Luke chapter 12 verse 48, to he who has been given much, much will be required. We will receive the harsher judgment on Judgment Day. And so, my friends, it is imperative, if you know the truth, you must follow the truth.